So what are 7 key habits that you can implement that will help you to succeed with Amazon KDP? Well, in this video, I'm going to be going through those 7 key habits that I've personally found have helped me to succeed and achieve significant amounts of sales and revenue with my Amazon KDP publishing business. Now, if you haven't been to this channel before, welcome. My name is Romney, and thank you very much for watching this video. And as you probably realize with many of my videos, I do things a little bit different from what other YouTube channels that talk about Amazon KDP do. So make sure you check out my back catalog of different videos that I've created. So let's get into this lesson, or this video I mean, about what these 7 key habits are, and I think you'll extract some good information from them. And there's also some free tools that I'll run through during the video that you can actually access to help you establish these 7 key habits. So let's get into that now. So let's get started with the different habits that I believe are really important for your success with Amazon KDP. Now, this is based on my experience and the things that I've personally implemented that have made a huge difference to what I've been able to achieve over the last few years. So let's get into this. Number 1 is to create a daily priority list, and that helps develop absolute clarity with what you want to achieve. Now, it doesn't need to be complicated. You just might need a blank line document, and what you need to do either each night before you finish for the day or first thing in the morning is to create a priority list. Now, that might include 3 to 5 clear actions that you need to take or want to take, or tasks you want to get completed for the day. Now, why is that important? Well, by having those priority tasks, you remain focused on that and you don't get distracted, and you have less procrastination because you know exactly what you want to get done. And it's also a great way to develop good momentum because you're ticking off these important items as you go along. But how do we gain clarity and create a priority list if we don't know what our main goals are? And so that brings us on to point number 2. So number 2 is to develop your publishing goals, and that provides your future roadmap about what you want to achieve. So if you have your goals in place, they might be monthly goals, 6-monthly goals, annual goals, or even 3 to 5 year goals. Once you've established those goals, then what you can then do is get a priority list to happen. Now, I've simply got a whiteboard which I use to create my goals, and therefore I know what my priorities are. And at the end of each day, what I normally try and do is write down my top 3 tasks that I want to get done the next day, and that's based on these goals that I want to do. Now, what I have created, and some of you might have already downloaded it, is a free goal tracker that you can simply download the PDF document and establish your publishing goals, and that's on my Gumroad store. So I'll show you where that is in a second, but simply go to the Gumroad store, download it, and therefore you can start to track what your goals are, and it's nice and easy to establish them and have clarity of what you want to do. So this is the thumbnail that you'll see on the Gumroad store. Again, it's free. There's a spreadsheet that you can track or use as a tracker, but there's also a like a pamphlet that you can download as well, and that's down the bottom right-hand corner there, the publishing tracker. So you can use both those resources for free to create your publishing goals, and it's a very, very good habit to get into, of creating those goals. Therefore, you get clarity of what you need to do, and you can then prioritize what you need to get done. So the third habit that I want to talk about is scheduling deep focus periods throughout the day. Now, what do I mean by this? Well, for me personally, I usually get myself organized in the morning, and I'll talk about my morning routine soon. But what I normally do between the hours of 9 and 11 will be that deep focus period of time where I'll remove any distractions. For example, my phone will be put away and on silent, so I can't even hear it vibrating. If I've got it on a vibrator alert, I'm not going to see emails pop up on my computer. I'll get rid of them. Any other alerts that are likely to distract me, I make sure I remove. And these deep focus periods of time that I do have as a daily habit help me to get clear of what I'll need to create, get me through those key tasks that or my priority tasks. And I have usually 2 deep focus periods during the day, and then also I'll have a period of time where I might action emails or run errands or do any other little jobs I need to do. But by having these focus periods, it significantly helps me to gain that momentum and to get plenty done. And it's a nice feeling getting those priority tasks done during these deep focus times and ticking them off. So that is a really good habit to get into. Therefore, if you're someone that easily gets distracted, you get to the end of the day and you think, what I've actually achieved. And it's probably the fact if you haven't achieved much is because you've been distracted and you haven't used deep focus times to do that. So get into the habit of including that for your day or your week when you're creating your publishing for your books or whatever it might be that you're creating this period of time. The 4th habit I want to talk about is to review progress at the end of each week. So why is this helpful and why is it a habit that I would encourage you to take on board? Well, I find that if I can review my progress, I know where I'm coming from and where I want to go. By reviewing data from Amazon KDP reports or even my Ingram Spark reports, that will show me how many books I'm selling, my revenue, my marketing costs, all those sorts of things. And even it'll help me to focus my time more on the areas that maybe I need to do more of. Maybe I need to double down on it because it's been a successful part of my publishing. Maybe I need to allocate some tasks or delegate them to other people if I'm spending too much time on things that aren't giving a good return on my investment of time and money and resources. So I have a review at the end of every week on a Friday. Sometimes I have it on a Sunday, but I'll spend about 20 minutes just filling out a simple report, and then I might just get a notepad out and do some reflection about what's worked, what hasn't, and that really helps me develop that habit of reflection. So make sure you have a progress report that you can organize. If you don't have something, I've created a free review template that you can use. Again, it's on my Gumroad store. I'll go to what the thumbnail looks like in a moment, but just check out the description and you'll be able to go straight to that progress report to be able to enter the details that you need to at the end of each week. And this is the progress tracker. It's for sales and revenue. There's other elements that you might like to include on it. It's just a spreadsheet. Nice and easy. It's a free download, so just make sure you check out the Gumroad store to download that as well. Number 5. Now, why would creating a morning routine help with my publishing? What's that got to do with it? Well, importantly, it's not just your publishing that you need to look or take care of when you're creating books or creating resources or other things as well. You need to have a routine that will help you to achieve other things as well and to keep you fresh and to create momentum. So my morning routine always involves a 30-minute activity or exercise. I'll do some sit-ups, some push-ups. What I'll also do is do reading. I'll do meditation for about 15 minutes. Then I'll have that period of time where I'm looking at what I need to get done for the day, a priority list, and then I'll go and have some breakfast as well. So when I add up the amount of time that I've been doing exercise, my push-ups, my sit-ups, my meditation, my reading, it adds up to a significant amount over the course of a week, the course of a month, and definitely over the course of a year. It'd be amazing how much exercise it adds up to if you're doing half an hour every day and you do that in the first hour or so of your day. Now, why is this important for publishing? Well, for me, it helps me know that for the day I've already done my exercise, I'm focused, I've got momentum, and I'm refreshed. And that helps with the creativity side of my publishing. So that's why I'd highly recommend creating a morning routine. And I do have a course about establishing habits or habit development, and that talks about creating the morning routine. So if that's of interest to you, also just check out the links in the description. And number 6, the daily habit I would recommend is to set publishing targets or monthly publishing targets. Again, on my whiteboard, at the beginning of every month, I'll set 5 key targets that I want to achieve. Now, these will be based on my goals, 12-month goals, and my longer-term goals. And it gives me focus of what I need to do. Now, if I tend to be distracted or I'm moving in a different direction, I can simply look up at the whiteboard and I can then identify what I need to do to get back on track. And by having that habit, that positive habit of setting monthly publishing targets, I can then identify if there's things that I'm missing. Are there things that I need to be doing more of? And I'll, at the end of the month, I'll tick off the targets that I've achieved, and then I'll reflect on those that I haven't achieved. If I haven't achieved them, that's okay. I've probably done more towards the target than I would have if I hadn't listed it. So by having that, it creates a great feeling of achievement when I tick them off, and that momentum again towards your publishing. So that's another really good habit to get into, is to set monthly publishing targets for yourself. So habit number 7 is establishing balance. Now, why would this be important for your publishing? Well, without balance, it makes it incredibly hard to be successful with your publishing, because if you compromise your health, you can't do your publishing. It's something that you need to make sure you look after. If you're not looking after your wealth, when you can't then reinvest resources and money back into your publishing. So that needs to be something else that needs to be balanced. Number 3 would be yourself, making sure you look after your well-being and making sure you look after your mental health and your physical health. Also, your happiness. Are you happy doing publishing and getting books and resources and creating them? I love creating books, I love creating courses, and I love helping people to achieve success. So getting these elements balanced is so important for the success of my KDP publishing business. So establishing balance is that habit number 7 that I thought was really important for you to know about. Now, I just want to finish quickly with one final thing before we finish off this video. And finally, if you're new to habits, would like some more information about mastering habit development for incremental change, whether it's to do with your publishing, whether it's to do with other elements of your life, then this course might be something that's suitable for you. Now, the course is available on SkillShare, Udemy, and Thinkific, and depending on when you're watching this, then you might be able to get a discount for the course. So just check out the description below, and that will provide links to a heavily discounted course purchase price. So I hope that helps you with your habit development. So there you have the 7 habits that I believe will really help you to succeed with Amazon KDP. Now, it was interesting where I covered off a couple of habits that weren't specifically addressing the KDP publishing business, but as I mentioned, getting that balance right between all elements of habits is critical. So as I mentioned also near the end, if you are interested in further information about habit development, you might be interested in my Mastering Habit Developments course, and you can just check out the links below. So thanks very much for watching this video, and I look forward to providing another video soon.